welcome, welcome, welcome. So for those of you watching this in YouTube land, as you hop on, say hello. And we're going to get started in 2 minutes. 2 minutes. And I'm so excited for what we're going to be sharing tonight. And we have our girl, Steph Perez, here. So I'm so excited. I'm going to get me a cough drop before we get started. Oops. Let me look at the comments as they hop in. Okay. All right. Oh. All right. So just like a minute and a half, and we're going to go ahead and get started. And we have our girl here. I can see our viewers who are already hopping on. Thanks and welcome. I'm so excited for tonight. We have a multiple six-figure earner here who's going to share an amazing story. So for those of you who are here in for a treat, I'm so excited for what you're going to learn tonight. Let me check my mic real quick. Yes, sir. That's better. All right, we're almost there. I can't wait. Oh my goodness. I've been wanting to do this interview with Steph for so long. We actually talked about this in December. So it's finally actually coming true. So I'm excited about that. 30 more seconds, my friends.
Is there echoing on my side? Should I turn off my mic or anything? I mean, my speaker?
I don't hear an echo. Is it echoing on my side?
I don't really. I'm probably hearing YouTube on your side. Is probably what I'm hearing.
Oh, okay.
I'm fine now.
I'm going to turn my mic down just a little bit.
Okay.
Sure. Hi, Deborah. Welcome. She'll respond back. All right. All right, so it is 8 o'clock. Let's get it popping. I'm so excited. Welcome again. And I'm so glad that you people who are here, that you're here. And for those who are watching it on replay, who will watch it on replay, well, welcome. You're in for a treat as well. So if you're joining us tonight, I and you have the pleasure of being in the company of Coach Steph Perez. All right. She is a very, very busy wife and a mom. And she has built a multiple six-figure business from home. All right. And today she's going to share her journey and some gems with us about basically some gems for those who are looking to start a journey. All right. So you can gain some insight from her story about how you can do the same thing. And I really hope that as she shares her journey, that it really does inspire you to know that you can go out there and you can build a profitable business from home. So Steph is my coach and my mentor, and I definitely want you to take notes tonight. All right. So welcome, Coach Steph Perez. And I want to jump right into the hot seat with you, if you don't mind, and go ahead and ask you this first question, which is basically what I want you to do is to share your backstory for us. You know, walk us through what led you to get started in digital marketing.
Sure, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for having me, Shen. I really, really appreciate it. I love sharing, I love giving back, and I love inspiring and empowering other people. So I'm really glad to be here. So my journey with home-based businesses started way back, and I was getting out of the military in 1997. 1998, I take it back. And I was introduced to my first network marketing. Don't want to call it home-based business, but it was a network marketing opportunity. And that was my first exposure to actually having, you know, any kind of a business. And it was a traditional network marketing opportunity where I had to go to the meetings. I had to bug family and friends. I had to build that infamous list. And I hung in that opportunity for many, many years. And when I realized that I just wasn't getting anywhere in that opportunity, I sought out another opportunity. And for quite a few years, from like 1998 until, probably the early 2000s, I just kept pursuing ways of being able to have a home-based business. And I slowly transitioned from the traditional network marketing world to actually looking on the internet for things to do. And a lot of people don't know this about me, but I actually, did a couple of work at home job type opportunities. I looked into a lot of different things because at that time, my son was very little. I was pregnant with my daughter, and I was really, really intent on, finding something that I could do from home. And what I knew was that when I was in my network marketing opportunity, my very first one, I actually was looking online at that time to find if there was a way for me to build my network marketing company on the internet, because what I really wanted was a home-based business. I didn't necessarily want to be out in the streets or going to, home parties or anything like that. So I was always in pursuit of a way to actually have a home-based business. In 2004, we actually relocated from California to Florida. I went to nursing school, so totally had my mind off of, businesses and things like that because I was going through nursing school. And as soon as I got out of nursing school, I began working, I just realized that I could not see myself doing that for, the next 10, 15, 20 years. So I started going back online and looking for ways to actually have a home-based business. And I started finding more and more people that were actually making a legitimate income from the internet. And I'll never forget it. One forum post on the Work at Home Mom board led me to a MySpace profile. And that MySpace profile led me to YouTube. And that's where I happened to find a handful of people that were doing some pretty amazing things, leveraging videos on YouTube and making money. And I just began to follow in their footsteps. And at that time, it's funny because we didn't call it digital marketing. We called it attraction marketing. We were rallying people that wanted to escape that traditional network marketing, type of way of building a business. And all we knew is that we were just learning ways of the internet to use attraction marketing to show people a better way of being able to have a business for themselves. So that's how I got introduced to making money online.
Interesting. That's a great backstory.
It's extensive.
I also didn't know that you had spent some time in the military as well. That was learn something new. So why, Coach Steph, why a digital business versus, per se another business model? I know you kind of touched on it a little bit, but why definitely digital marketing for you?
Yeah, no problem. So it's so strange is, when I was in my first network marketing opportunity, it was the only one that I actually did that involved me having to go to meetings, and literally myself and one of my really, really good friends, when I got out of the military and I was no longer working as a contractor and I was really pursuing my network marketing opportunity, I had actually drug her down to a big event. She got involved in the opportunity because of all the hype and everything. And then we started treating our business very seriously. We would get up every single morning. We would go down to the local Walmarts and Targets and places like that. We would prospect people, anyone that looked like they could be a potential for wanting a home-based business. We would try to talk to them, get their phone number, call them back later, try to get back in their home to do presentations. And for me, even though I showed up at all the meetings, I learned the scripts, I looked the part, I sounded the part. For me, I didn't understand why I wasn't successful because I was literally, and this is not cliche, I was literally doing everything they told me to do. But for me, I still felt like there was a better way. I kept thinking, okay, we have this thing called the internet. There's got to be a way to prospect people, through the internet or through some other means. And when I discovered the internet in 2007, for me, I just wanted a way to be able to, bring people to me. I didn't even really know anything about attraction marketing at the time. I just knew there had to be a better way. And what happened was, because I was searching for that thing, that's the exact message that I resonated with, where this small group of people were talking about, hey, you don't have to bug family and friends anymore. You don't have to go to the meetings. You don't have to make that list, that you can actually use the internet. You can use YouTube, as a way of sharing a message and putting on information out there and attracting people back to you. And I just thought that sounded amazing. I didn't question it. I didn't wonder if I could actually do it or not. I just began to do it because I already knew there had to be a better way. So I just decided to, dive into it. I knew that I didn't want to go the traditional route. I knew I didn't want to do home parties anymore, even though I was in a home party plan company and I did exceptionally well in that opportunity. I knew that that's not something I wanted to do for the long term. And again, I love the idea of knowing that I could really have a business that could be ran from my house. So yeah, that's why I went the digital route. Anything dealing with the internet, I was totally down for, and I was open for learning.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people can relate to that. They don't want, they come online, they want to start a home business, and they definitely don't want to do all those things you're talking about, hotel parties, chasing their family and friends.
Yep.
And like you said, attraction marketing, using YouTube is a great strategy that I think more marketers should incorporate. It was a game changer for me. I know that, people out there like yourself were leading the way and really just teaching people that model.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So what would you say have been some of the major turning points along the way in your digital marketing journey?
Gosh, there's honestly have been so many turning points. When I first got started, I was very, very down on my luck financially. And that's really why I got started, is because I knew that I could do something better. I was tired of having to tell my kids and my family no because of finances. And that's one reason that I knew I had to look and do something different. It wasn't the glamour of having a business. It was the fact that I knew I was taking the ceiling off of my earning potential. So that was a huge motivating factor. And then being able to fire my boss so that I could actually be home. But I didn't have a whole lot of money when I first got started. And I think it's so hard to kind of tell my story without like incorporating the big picture, because when I think back, I got started in a very, very inexpensive opportunity. It was cheap to get started. It was very cheap to get other people involved. It allowed me to be able to see a quick level of success right out the gate, which built my confidence. But what I really, really wish is I wish that someone very, very early on would have told me that, Steph, the same energy that you are putting into, this $20, this $5 opportunity, that same energy, you could actually use to make higher ticket sales. Like, you're doing the same thing I'm doing. You're just not positioned the same way. Because that's what I tell people now, right? Because I went through that and I learned it for myself. So that was a huge turning point when one of my best friends in the industry now actually came to me and told me that I was working way too hard for the money that I was earning. And I got turned on to, opportunities that actually allowed me to earn more money per transaction. So that was a really, really big turning point for me. And from then it was really never, ever going back from there. That was one major turning point. Another major turning point was understanding that even though this is the internet, and I know that so many of us, at least when I was getting started, we bought into the whole thing of I'm here because I don't want to bug family and friends. I don't want to chase people. I don't want to build that list. I don't want home parties. A lot of us, including myself, we misconstrued that as the internet meant not working. So there were a lot of things that I was like, I'm not going to do that. And I'm not going to do that because that's too close to work, right? I was trying to create this business that was all about passive, doing the very, very minimal, being unaccessible, even though I had my phone number and stuff out there, it was still like you had to create that appearance that, I have internet business and I'm not going to talk to you. You're going to use my websites and what I realized is, guess what? It all involves work. And if you try to avoid work or evade work, you're eventually going to talk yourself out of business. Because anyone that I know that's been doing this for any length of time and has been sustaining it, there is a measure of work involved in everything. Whether you have your own agency, whether you're doing, affiliate marketing, whether you're promoting other people's opportunities, whether you're creating products and services, it's all work. And that was a major turning point for me as well, because the bottom line became, does the end justify the means? And the fact of the matter is, do you want to avoid work to have the appearance of this automated business at the expense of not having a business making you very much money? Or do you want to do whatever it takes for you to do? Returning phone calls, chatting in social media, building the websites, learning funnels, doing videos. Are you willing to do whatever it takes so you absolutely can have that business that's paying you what you really want to earn? So that for me was a major turning point. And it's funny because my husband was like, I was wondering when you were going to see it, that there's no one in business that's sitting back, waking up every morning, doing nothing for their money. There's some element of work being done. And you know what, when I realized that, that's really, forget the big ticket, low ticket, high ticket, mid ticket, like none of that even matters to me anymore. What matters is what I'm willing to do on a daily basis to create the financial success and the financial reality that I want for myself. And that's what I want more people to understand, is you've got to do the work. Whatever that work is required to get you to where you want to go, you've got to do the work.
Wow, that was that was powerful. That actually sent kind of chills down. I had to give myself.
But it's funny because, you know, when I watch people all the time, like I have mentors that are like mentors from afar. I respect people that are in MLM network marketing opportunities that are doing great things. I have friends and I have people that I respect in every phase of, you know, home-based businesses in this entrepreneurial world. And whether it's MLM or network marketing, even these guys are not retired. They're still speaking and doing Facebook Lives, and they're coaching, and they're going to events, and they're creating training products, and they have websites. They are still doing the work, even though they might be millionaires. Grant Cardone does lives and videos and conferences and has products. He's out there. Tai Lopez is out there. What makes me think that I'm just gonna, you know, get my business to this point where I'm not gonna have to do nothing, evade all this work, and still, you know, become a millionaire? It's just not gonna happen. And I think more people need to make people realize that passive income is not necessarily saying you don't have to do anything. It's learning how to create systems and automations and processes, you know, and infrastructures that make your job easier, right? But you still got to do the work. You still got to make your mind up what it's going to take to create the level of success, what it's going to take to run your business, and you've got to do the work.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I appreciate about you as a coach and a mentor is just your transparency about telling those who come into the digital marketing space, you know, what they need to know and what it really takes for the journey. A lot of people are not willing to share with people, you know, what it really takes for the journey. And that fallacy, that lack of preparation for the journey, I think is why a lot of marketers fail. So.
Absolutely, it is. And as I talk to more and more people, that's exactly what, I never knew that, Steph. And I tell people all the time, you know, for the past few years, I run the kind of business where I am in control of the inflow of my money, meaning people pay me through my merchant accounts. And over the past 3-4 years, I haven't had one chargeback. I haven't had one refund. The only chargeback attempt I had was actually from someone who referred a sale to me. And I end up winning it. But my point with that is the reason I don't deal with those things is because I leave so much truth out there for people to consume. So when they make a decision to buy from me, they're well informed. Right? They're not misinformed. They're not misguided. They're not buying into some pipe dream. They know in fact what they're buying into and what's going to be required of them. Them deciding to do it after the fact is up to them, but no one can ever say that they were misinformed, misguided, or anything like that. And I just think that's important, that more of us need to do that.
So what would you say are the strategies that has helped you get the most success in your online business?
Okay, so when it comes to strategies, I know a lot of times people want to know, you know, where do you generate your leads from and what's your traffic source? And all of those things are great, but they're tactics. And the one strategy I think that's allowed everything else that I do in my business to be successful is that I've learned how to communicate a message. I learned how to find my message. I've learned how to speak to people. I've learned how to inspire people and empower people through my message. I've learned how to connect with people. I've learned how to identify, you know, who my ideal client is and to speak directly to them. And the reason messaging, I believe as a strategy, is so important is that your messaging can be laid down on any platform. So if I had to go out there and if someone said, Steph, Facebook ads is the only way that you can build your business, right? And let's say I was challenged with that or tasked with that. Because I know how to deliver a message and create a message and lay down a message, all I would really need to learn is just the technicalities behind putting up an ad. But the winning part of the ad is right here within my messaging. And I think so many people get it wrong. They want to learn the technical side of the business, right? They want to learn where the honey hole is for traffic or where the best place is to generate leads, but they don't know how to communicate or to speak to these leads, to get these leads to actually want what it is they have to offer. And I think when you can nail your messaging and you can get really confident in what it is that you're sharing, what you're promoting, what you're offering, what you're selling, I think everything else just falls in line. So I don't believe my business is bits and pieces. I believe because I got great at messaging, my videos got better. I believe I got really good at email marketing. I believe that anything that I did, I was good at because it all involved messaging and being able to get people to see my point of view, to be able to build better know, like, and trust. So I just believe, to me, I think that's one of the first things that people need to learn how to do, is how to develop and craft that message, and then learn how to use various platforms to get that message out there in abundance.
Great tip. So what advice would you have for digital entrepreneurs who are looking to either start or run a successful digital business?
What advice? Like, if they were just starting, I think the advice, like I give everyone, is number one, you've got to be willing to invest in yourself. I think that this is a very, very unique platform in terms of the internet, where because people come to the internet and they know it's a place where they can ask questions and the search engines will give them answers, and there's a lot of free information out there, that a lot of times people misconstrue that or confuse that with being able to involve themselves in an opportunity or get very skilled or very knowledgeable without having to pay the price or without having to invest. And, you know, I shared this, I think last night, is, you know, what we do, what we're presented with when it comes to starting a business, it literally is nothing more than the same decision someone makes when they go to college. You're just simply given an opportunity. What you decide to do with that opportunity once it's given to you, right? Whether you've invested in it, whether someone gave it to you, however you want to look at it, you still have to make up your mind that you're going to invest in yourself, invest in your knowledge, that you're actually going to take the time to apply what it is that you've invested in. And you know, Coach Shen, I'm telling you, because I've created products and services and all kinds of stuff, technology shows me and tells me who's doing what. And I'm always so amazed at the volume of people that will invest and will hardly even get through like 20% of the information. So if they can't get through 20% and they're brand new and they're struggling, what's the likelihood they're ever going to succeed? So for me, I'm always just really amazed at the people that will actually muster up the money and muster up the courage, you know, to take that plunge in getting started or making an investment, but they won't muster up the courage or they won't have the integrity to actually see it through. So honestly, when I think about everything, you know, that it takes, I really believe that follow through is the most important thing, because if you can, you know, get resourceful and come up with the money to invest into a course or into an opportunity or whatever it is that you are investing into, because there's so many things you can buy into to help you get started in this industry, right? So if you can come up with the money, in my opinion, if the one thing that you had to rely on was just follow through, I believe that one thing could take you so far. And I don't think that's talked about enough, or enough people are not prepared on when they're getting started on this journey. They're sold on the money, they're sold on the freedom, the independence, firing their boss. They're sold on all this glamorous stuff. But I think as humans, a lot of us do lack follow through, because in so many of our lives, we don't really need follow through. All we have to do is show up at a job. Right? There's not a whole lot of follow through required, but in this industry, as an entrepreneur, whether it's digital, offline, whatever, follow through is required. So that would probably be one of my biggest pieces of advice, is really encouraging someone to make sure that even when the time is tough, even when you don't feel like it, even when you've had a long day at work, even if you're fighting with your spouse, your kids are getting on your nerves, money is funny, that you still have that follow through to do what you got to do to move your business forward, because without follow through, your business is never going to be able to replace your job or get you to those places, you know, that you were seeking to go when you decided to get started.
Speaking so much truth right now.
I can go on and on. It's like a big old rabbit hole, you know, when you get started with it, one thing begats the other thing.
Yeah, absolutely. So Steph, you recently launched an online movement, to help digital marketers learn some of the things that you're speaking about, some of the problems, address some of the problems that you're speaking about in this interview right here. Can you share with us a little bit about what led you to create that movement, what it is, what led you to create it, and how it can help other entrepreneurs?
Sure, absolutely. So my journey is a journey that I want to inspire more people to take for themselves, but I want them to shortcut it. And that's really what I'm trying to focus on, is to take people on my 11-year journey, but to allow them to shortcut it. And so my 11-year journey looked something like this. I got really good at promoting other people's stuff, but I realized very, very early on that a lot of the stuff didn't really have the substance and the training that people needed to be able to connect the dots. So immediately, like my first few months in business, I began to create my own training materials. So I got good at promoting, which means I got really good at attracting people to wanting to get involved in what I had to offer. But then I also got really good at creating the training and the fundamentals and teaching people what it was actually going to take to have success in that thing. And then so after I got really, really good at creating those things, I started selling those things. So the trainings and the support and the services and the coaching that I got really good at giving people, I got really good at selling those things. So I got good at creating them. I got good at selling them. And then I realized that, you know what, in 11 years, out of all the opportunities that I've been involved in, one after the other, of getting shut down or closed down or company owners dying, one reason or another, but every single opportunity was essentially the same. It was just a way to make money. That I was actually the one behind the scenes that was putting the infrastructures in place to actually teach people what they needed to learn to help them move their businesses forward. So literally, I turned to one of my courses, which was Digital Marketing Goldmine. It had gotten so many rave reviews from people who had purchased it. And at that time, it was just a course. It was just an informational course, no money attached to it at all, just a course. But the feedback I was getting was phenomenal. And I started evaluating all of these money-making opportunities that have really weak products, all PLR stuff that honestly nobody goes through, nobody even cares about it. And so I said, you know what, Steph, you have the resources, you have the tools, you have the know-how, you know how to create systems, you put together a system and, inspire people and show people how this can actually be the thing that can help them learn digital marketing on a really major scale, and also be able to position them to earn affiliate commissions that they want to resell it and offer it to other people. So that's essentially what I did. I took Digital Marketing Goldmine and I just rephrased it to Digital Marketing Goldmine Pays. Because the whole focus is it's a digital marketing educational opportunity. And I like to liken it to college, right? We're inviting you into our educational opportunity so that you can learn the fundamentals of digital marketing, from the big picture to exactly what you need to have success and create your systems, to, content marketing. We're talking about diving really, really deep into content marketing, front end, back end, what it all means, how to put it together, a really good perspective on SEO. Like I break down content marketing in a way that most people in this area of making money online are not, they're not used to learning it. They're not used to hearing it this way. So I break it down in a way where people really get what content is and the importance of it in their business, how to create content, like everything, to email marketing, to social media marketing for digital marketing, to even creating and building your own community and tribes. And the whole idea is that if you come into this educational opportunity and you actually learn, then just like a college, if you decide to go out there after you get your degree from college and network and do the work and get yourself in front of people and put out your applications and prove yourself, then guess what? You can actually make money from that degree. So while we don't give you a degree here, you still walk away with knowledge. You still walk away with education. And if you start to do the work, you actually begin to develop the skills. And then guess what? That equips you to actually be able to make money from our affiliate system, as well as anything else that you want to do. If you want to go out there and put together your own, like system, in my opinion, I truly believe that you are empowered and equipped with all the information, all the knowledge that you need to be able to do that. If you want to go out there and create your own ebooks, your own courses, if you want to become a coach or a consultant, you are actually equipped with the information to be able to do it. So that's what Digital Marketing Goldmine Pays is all about, is giving people the education, the fundamentals that they need to allow them to build a digital marketing business for the long term. And I want to use this as an example. Just yesterday, somebody reached out to me, had already invested thousands of dollars into an affiliate marketing system, but really just wanted someone to help them put everything together. And, and this person paid me for coaching, right? $500 for coaching. And that's what I want people to realize, is that making money online is not just selling other people's stuff. It's being able to make money through your knowledge, right? Being able to make money through your skills, being able to have things and possess things that most people don't know. But guess what? They will pay you for, because they need help in that area. And that's what I believe Digital Marketing Goldmine Pays gives you. If you can walk away, and even if you never want to make a dime promoting the affiliate side of this, you can go out there and be successful marketing anything that you want to market on the internet, because in my opinion, you're miles ahead of the average person just kind of poking around, throwing money at solo ads. You have a strong foundation in digital marketing.
Yeah, I would actually agree with that. For those who are watching, I am a member of Digital Marketing Goldmine Pays, and I can tell you that the value that is in there, I mean, Steph could have sold this for 3 times more, but I mean, it's amazing value. I think whether you're a beginner, intermediate, or wherever level you are, you could come into this course and learn what you need to know to either, begin your business the right way or grow your business. And really not only just beyond that, I think that what this training platform really does is allow you to help people. All of us as marketers have people, rather we're on a struggle bus together, right? Because I can remember my time when I first didn't know squat. I remember me and this certain person online, we were in the struggle bus together. We were messaging each other, trying to figure this whole thing out. And so we all know marketers like that. Yep. Whether we're a beginner or wherever we are, we know people like that need some education. So that what Steph is really saying is a lot of marketers come in the online space to make money, but they forget and neglect the skills, learning the skills that actually will get you to the money.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you know what I really love about it as well, and again, I could talk days about Digital Marketing Goldmine Pays, is it gives you something to promote that you honestly feel really, really good about promoting. Like when you lay your head down on the pillow at night, you're like, you know what? I gave someone an amazing gift. Yes, they invested and they paid for it. But if they actually just crack open the videos, right, and they take action on what's in there, like they're going to come out better. They're going to come out equipped and knowledgeable. And that's what I love also a lot about it as well, is that you don't just get the information, but you get something that you feel really, really good in giving to another person and sharing with another person, not just an opportunity to make money where the products are crap. And I'm to a point now where I'm not afraid to say that, because I've marketed so many of those opportunities. And if the products weren't crap, I would not have had to create, training infrastructures that I sell to other people that are in their opportunities that are failing, and they come to me for the training. I would not have had to do that, right? People wouldn't be lost out there if these systems, right, that people pay thousands and thousands of dollars to be involved in, if they actually self-trained, if they actually gave them the information on what it takes to be successful, versus just filling these systems with old PLR products and so forth, if that makes sense.
No, that makes perfect sense. You're just, like I said, throughout this whole interview, so much truth in it. And that's what I like. I love that transparency. I love that you're willing to prepare people for the journey, inspire people along the journey, and empower people for the journey, right? And that's really just
I love that.
Yeah. Really all it's about. So I just want to thank you so much, Steph, for actually taking the time out. What I like about you, and what I've always liked about you, is that, you are just so approachable to people in the industry. And I appreciate that, to take some time out of your busy schedule and to give some mentorship to people out there who need to know that you can build a multiple 6-figure business from home. And there's some work that's involved, but it's certainly worth it. And there's certainly some ways that you can actually learn how to do that. So I'm excited for you to share that. And you definitely gave some great gems about the big picture of digital marketing, what that big picture is and what it really takes. Do you have any last words for us?
If I were just say anything in closing, whether you're just getting started or you're at the intermediate level or you're more advanced, I think one of the things right now that's really, really helping me in a major way, and I'll say this, is when you decide to take a stand for something, it might not always be the popular belief, but I just believe that when you believe in something and you know that you're either creating something, whether it's a movement, a product, or a service, or it's just your message, that the way that you're going to get people to follow you and want to do what it is that you're doing and buy into it is by literally being strong and standing in it and developing and creating that message for yourself. So even if your cause is just to be able to walk away from your job and you truly believe that you can do it through digital marketing, in whatever way you want to do it, if you truly believe in it, you need to paint that picture every single day for yourself. And you need to paint that picture every single day for other people. Share your plan with people. Let them know why you're doing what it is that you're doing, why you are subscribed to the beliefs that you are believing and that you're reading and that you're, involving yourself in. Because if you are lukewarm about why you're doing what you're doing or why you're selling what you're selling, why should anyone else have belief in it? Right? If you think about any of these major brands, Louis Vuitton, Coach, literally they justify women spending thousands of dollars on their designer handbags. Do you think that if they were lukewarm about the quality and about the status, right, that those kind of brands give off, if they were lukewarm about their brands, do you think that they would compellingly be able to sell $1,000 bags? Absolutely not. But because they stand behind their message, right, they've gotten women to rally around spending thousands or hundreds of dollars on these designer bags. You've just got to believe in what it is that you're doing to know that it doesn't take a guru, right, that's making $1 million a year. They're not the only ones that can go out there and share messages and inspire people. You can start from where you are right now. You just have to take a stand, be unwilling to waver, right? Like just be willing to stand. And if you feel a certain way about something, you just got to know that there are other people out there, believe it or not, that feel the same way. They just haven't been able to hear it from you, to justify it, to verify it, and to be able to get on this journey with you. So if you're getting started on this journey, or maybe you're not having the success that you want, number one, we'd love to see you inside of Digital Marketing Goldmine Pays, but even that won't work for you, right? If you're not willing to take a stand for what you really want, what you believe in, and the power of how it can help other people as well. So
absolutely. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. I hope that you definitely took notes. And, if you want to learn more about Digital Marketing Goldmine Pays, get back to whoever invited you to watch this video. And there'll most likely be some information underneath this video.
Get back with Shen.
So that you can learn more about it. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you on our next live stream. Bye, guys.
Good night.